23 and 26 at home. Drilled deep to right field. Markakis is back, turning, looking. See ya! A 3-run home run for Didi Gregorius. And the Yankees have a 5 spot on the board.
Gregorius with his 7th home run of the year. Maybe everybody relaxes a little bit. You can have some fun in that dugout for a change. 5 early runs, and Gregorius doesn't waste any time. Fastball down the middle. 7 home runs on the year. I mentioned Perez, 322 batting average against the first.
Hello, I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and welcome to Inside 380. Now, every summer I take a brief break off in order to think of more ways that I entertain you, the 380 viewer. And this summer, a lot has gone on since we last seen each other. Now, DeAndre Jordan decommitted from the Dallas Mavericks and recommitted to the Clippers when he signed his contract this year, making him a little bit of a reality TV star. Then we had Kevin Love fix the melodrama he had in Cleveland and recommit himself as a Cavalier. We saw Jordan Spieth become a golfing phenom. And then, apparently, Toronto doesn't just play hockey. The Toronto Blue Jays made some noise after the All-Star break and had one of the hottest Augusts, no pun intended, since they won the World Series 22 years ago in 1993. Now, today we will be talking about Jake Arrieta and is he a Cy Young candidate? We're going to talk about how Julio Jones just got paid, and then we're going to finish off Inside 380 commemorating 2 sports legends, Al Arbor, who had an illustrious NHL coaching career and lived to be 82, which I so hope I can see one day. And then we also had Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder, die at 58. And we're going to give a good memorial to those illustrious sports icons. First, let's talk about Jake Arrieta. Jake Arrieta has had an illustrious is not the word. Let's just say his career has been great since he's been a Cub, and at one point it didn't look as promising. Now, Jake Arrieta has a career 5.46 ERA with the Baltimore Orioles, which is the team he started out with. And since he got traded to the Cubs in 2013, his ERA has dropped to a, hear me, 2.48. He was 20 and 25 with the Orioles. He is 31 and 13 with the Cubs, and he's 17 and 6 this year, including he has a 2.11 ERA. Jake Arrieta has 190 Ks. He's pitching 183 innings, and with only 749 and a third innings pitched over his career, with him only being 30, he's poised to pitch well into his 30s while still being as effective as some of the young guns you see now throwing baseballs. Jake Arrieta, should he be a Cy Young candidate? I think he already is. And it says a lot about a young Chicago Cubs team that was looking, to be competitive, to make some noise. But now, the playoffs is a thing. They may win the World Series, which they haven't done in over 100 years. Chicago Cubs baseball is alive, my friends. It's alive. John Lester was paid to be the ace, but Jake Arrieta is the ace. He threw a no-hitter in which he threw 116 pitches. He had 12 Ks. He gave up 1 walk this past Sunday. And A quick tidbit, if you didn't know, not so secretly, he's also one of the candidates for my 380 Player of the Week this week. Is Jake Arrieta a Cy Young candidate? You have to be crazy not to think otherwise. That's Inside 380. Jake Arrieta and the Chicago Cubs will be back with the next segment. Now, football season is well and alive. The preseason will end soon. The season starts September 13th. Though opening day is September 10th. We're not that far away, my friends. Let's talk about Julio Jones. We're talking about the big bird from the ATL getting paid. And when I'm talking about paid, he got paid 5 years, $71.25 million. And with a not so shabby $47.5 million guaranteed. Now, Julio Jones is one of the best deep threats in the game. Every year of his career, he's caught at least one pass for 75 yards or more. He last year had a franchise record, 1,593 yards, as well as having 31 catches of 20 plus yards. And then he also had 104 catches, which was his career high. And then, if you don't remember, I'm going to remind you, he also had a remarkable game while injured versus the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football last year. A game in which he topped 200 plus yards and made a ball game out of a game that was supposed to be a ridiculous blowout in the first half. Julio Jones. Baller, beast mode. He's only 26 years old. Now you have to wonder, because of this, AJ Green has to be wondering, when am I going to get paid? Now, his deal comes right after Demaryius Thomas and Dez Bryant both signing 5-year, $70 million deals earlier this offseason. And what can you say? Julio Jones is one of the top 5 receivers in the game. Jump ball demon. Faster than a gazelle. He deserves to get paid. That's Inside 380 for you. Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons. We'll get back to you with Al Arbor and Daryl Dawkins. Now, we'll be talking about Daryl Dawkins and Al Arbor. Daryl Dawkins will truly be missed. A charismatic, dunking connoisseur. He died at 58 a couple days ago. He was AKA Chocolate Thunder, known for his hellacious dunks on weak, feeble defenders. And he broke the backboard twice in the year 1979. Before you Shaq-proofed the rim, you had to Daryl Dawkins the rim. Now, he also was on a very stout 76ers teams in the late 70s and the early 80s that would lose the championship. He was on the Bad Boys 1989 NBA championship squad. He definitely will be missed. He spent 14 years in the NBA, and every one was just as memorable as the first. Chocolate Thunder definitely will be missed. Now let's talk about Al Arbor. We're talking about the guy that has had the second most wins and seasons coached in the NHL. He's known for making the New York Islanders relevant. A team owned by the New York Rangers, one of the best hockey franchises in the NHL. He made New York Islanders relevant by winning 4 straight consecutive Stanley Cups between the years of 80 and 83. He also was a Hall of Fame coach, and he is the epitome of excellence in coaching on all facets, and a hockey great that will always be epitomized and recognized amongst his peers, coaching, and NHL greats alike. Our 380 Player of the Week candidates are as follows, which will show on your screen. We have Jake Arrieta. He has 15 in his pitch, including a no-hitter. You have Edwin Encarnacion, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs with the Blue Jays this past week. You have Jason Day, who won the Barclays Championship and became the number 3 ranked golfer in the world, and at the Duchess Bank Championship has a chance to be the world number 1 if he wins. You have Didi Gregorius, who had 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, 3 walks. You had Clayton Kershaw, who pitched an 8-inning game, throwing 14 Ks versus the Cubs this past week. Your 385 will be coming, and the 380 Player of the Week will be showcased at some point through the ending of this episode. And that is the end of the first Inside 380 of my sophomore year. Inside 380, LA out. Let's go.
Jake Arrieta has thrown his first career no-hitter. What a masterful performance by
Would make sense that his last strikeout comes with the slider, a pitch so nasty, so...